Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky with a couple of these read.
And we also like to talk about Book of the Month. It's one of our favorite subjects and one of our most popular series that we do. Mm-hmm. We are about to predict what books will be coming out in September.
I looked up several different things, and the first one I chose was The River We Remember. And it's by William Kent Kruger. And it has to do with a little town in Minnesota, and a wealthy landowner is murdered. Nobody likes the man, so not a big surprise he's dead. A World War II vet comes back to town with his Japanese wife after World War II. Noah Bluestone, he is a Native American, and the town gossips start pointing to him as the one since the murder occurred right after he got back in town. The sheriff, however, Brody Dern, he gives it, he's just not sure that that's the thing. And so he goes through the series trying to, of things, trying to figure out who actually did it, because he doesn't believe he did it. And then the next one is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. Effie, who's the main character, she's believed in fairy tales her whole life, and it's because she keeps dreaming about the fairy king. And she goes off to this architect school, and she's miserable there and everything, and she has this book called Angahard, and this is the only thing that gets her through, and it's all about the fairy kingdom and everything. And the author of the book, who has passed away, there's a contest about redesigning his home because it's kind of deteriorating. So this is my chance, And then a rival comes in and all this, and he wants to prove that the man was a fake, which upsets her and everything. So it's all about them not getting along while they're doing this contest to see who can redo the house. Another one that I thought was very interesting was Suddenly a Murder by Lauren Munoz, M-U-N-O-Z. 7 friends, they go to Ashwood Manor, which is a big house. They throw a 1920s party. One of the friends brings a knife, and one of the boyfriends of the other friend ends up dead. And so then they're all clustered here by the powers that be, interrogating them to try and figure out who killed the person, because everybody in the house is a suspect and they won't let them leave. So it's all about that. So it sounded kind of interesting. Champion of Fate by Kendar Blake. Now this is a kind of a fantasy book. The Eriton are a group that hero makers. They if there is a hero, there is an Eriton behind them, making them, using their magical power to help them because they're worthy and everything. Well, Reed has lived with these people her whole life, and that is her life's goal, is to become one of them, and she becomes an initiate. But in order to become one, she must have a hero that she leads, to be successful. And her hero is Hestian. And as she's going through this, I got the impression that she was kind of falling for Hestian. And then some secrets about the Artian are revealed. And then it's like she's got to make this choice about what she has to do. And she's not sure what she's going to choose. And if she chooses the wrong way, or she doesn't succeed in making this person a hero, then she'll be cast out of the home that she's known all of her life. So, now, there was another one that I thought sounded really, really interesting. It's called Midnight at the Houdini. Anna's family, she's from Las Vegas. Anna is a stage manager. Emily is the perfect sister who does everything right, according to other people. And then there's something happens, and Emily betrays Anna in some way. And in the process, and when all of this comes about, Anna runs away from, the show, the casino, wherever it is, because they don't really tell us in the blurb about that, but she runs away out into the night into a storm, and she runs upon this boutique hotel that she's never seen before. Well, she goes in and she meets a man named Max, and it's like Max only has eyes for her. And then you find out, well, there's nobody else here at this hotel but you two. And if she's there after midnight, she can never leave. So she has to get away from the magic and everything. And I thought, man, that sounds really cool. It kind of reminded me of the Hotel California song. That was my first thing that I thought of. But that, and then, V.E. Schwab, they carried the Invisible Life of
Addie
LaRue. And so I don't know, she's had other books they haven't carried.
And this book is kind of an offshoot of her
series.
Darker Shade of Magic.
Yeah, and this one's called the Fragile Threads of Power, and it has something to do with a book. And there's these 4 pages, 4 different parts of London and the magical world. And as I was reading about it, it kind of gave me the vibes of Magician's Daughter. A lot, because it's like magic is beginning, the doors to magic are being sealed off by the rulers of these 4 different kingdoms. And then one hasn't shown up in a long time, and another one comes in and tries to take over, and all this kind of stuff is happening. And then voila, here's a girl named Tess, and she has an object that she can save everybody or totally destroy everything, which kind of made me think of the Magician's Daughter. She didn't have magic, or didn't think she had magic, yet she was the key to everything. So it really, to me, when I read it, I said, that is very interesting, because Magician's Daughter was one of my favorite books so far this year. I loved it. So who knows? I don't know if they'll carry her or not, but it just sounded really interesting to me. So those were my picks, and then you had several that you added.
A few more. First, Evil Eye, which we've been seeing everywhere, and it's by Etaf Rum. Etaf Rum. But it is the acclaimed New York Times bestselling author of A Woman Is No Man returns with a striking exploration of the expectations of Palestinian-American women, the meaning of a fulfilling life, and the ways our unresolved past affects our present. I've been seeing promotion for this book, seeing it on lists since the beginning of the year. So, does Book of the Month need to promote it? Probably not. It's going to do fine on its own.
Sure.
But it does seem genre-wise and content-wise like something they would carry.
It definitely does, I think. Yes.
Next is Amazing Grace Adams. And we've kind of got a bet going on this one because I think it's going to be an aardvark pick.
Yeah.
But Becky thinks it might be Book of the Month. On a hot London day, Grace Adams finds herself stuck in traffic, desperate to deliver a birthday cake to her estranged teenage daughter. Grace ditches her car and sets out on foot. And hijinks.
Yeah. Just everything that happens along. You kind of learn about her life and her journey through life as she's walking through the town and trying to get to her daughter. So.
And that one is by Fran, Littlewood. And if I miss an author's name, it's going to be listed, so we'll get it. And then there's one that we're not really sure, but Foul Heart Huntsman. It's the sequel to Foul Lady Fortune. It is written by Chloe Gong. They have carried her other books in this series, but then they just had Immortal Longings, which is her first foray into adult fiction. So
would they have the same author 2 months in a row? I don't know.
And I don't know. But
and it could later in the month come out as an add-on or something. They're good about doing that as well.
Speaking of the ones I expect to be add-ons, they didn't bring out Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney, but she seems to be one of their favorites. Her book is coming out on August 29th.
Right.
So Good Bad Girl is going back on the list. I think it will be an add-on.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it pop up there on August 29th.
We talked about The Phoenix Crown by Kate
Quinn
and Janie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So A thrilling and unforgettable narrative about the intertwined lives of two wronged women, spanning from the chaos of San Francisco earthquake to the glittering palaces of Versailles. The description of it reminds me a lot of The Spectacular, which I just finished reading. So we'll have a video review up on that one soon, because it is this historical sort of mystery. The Phoenix Crown goes missing in the earthquake. The guy who owned it goes missing, presumed dead, and then several years later it shows back up. And these two women,
they're determined to get to the bottom of where it went and how it went, and where's
the guy that owned it.
Yeah,
so
what happened?
I like the historical mystery thing. It's I think The Spectacular is the first true historical mystery I've read in a while. I've read some, but it was really good. And I think The Phoenix Crown would be sort of in the same vein.
Okay, well, good. Well, we'll see in a few weeks if we're right or not.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Bye.